Hello, folks. This is Old Freedom again. Been a few weeks. A lot's been going on lately. I've been very busy. Just come, just coming back right now. I just like to say that in the past few months, it's relatively heated up. In the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've never seen such hatred on both sides. I've never seen such intellectual buffoonery, such sick-hearted people, black, white, out of all races in all my life. See, one thing I like to say, you're always going to have racism. You're always going to have that certain element, sick element in our society who hate minorities and middle class to poor whites. You're always going to have these kind of fools. And they're destroying America with their hatred. And the name of this, America is destroying itself. Values gone. Judgment. I like to say, in the last few months, you have such race hatred in this. But look, let me tell you, this starts at our elected officials. They are passing laws that the people don't even want anything to do with. They're attacking human rights. All of our jobs have been outsourced, and they are still being outsourced. Don't you understand that? And the media and our elected officials are putting black against white. White and black against Hispanics. Asians and all of us are at each other's throat. While our elected officials and the media who started all this, who are pushing this, you know what they want? They are aiming for a one world government. They want us to act like miscreants and buffoons. They want us to really hate and destroy one another because they're in the pockets of millionaires and special interest groups. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Most politicians, black, white, Spanish, or whatever, are as full of crap as a constipated elephant. A bunch of self-serving, wealth-seeking, miscreants and buffoons, godless. Look what they've done. Now you have real race baiters. Look at Trayvon Martin's death. He had just been 17 for 1 week. But I want to bring a point out. They got it to the point where they just used this to capitalize on it, to push their secret agendas. Don't you understand that? Everybody, look at it. And this is true. In Chicago, the day that the verdict was announced, that Saturday evening, 65 people were shot. Now that's disgraceful. Black on black crime or any, I'm against any kind of crime. Blacks on black crime, well, you're in a black neighborhood, so the crime is directed towards you, whatever it is. White on white crime, it's the same thing. Well, whites live in a white neighborhood, so you're going to be the object of the crime. So take one bit of information, twist and turn it. And let me tell you something else. When we were out there looking in Chicago, right in Chicago, where all that violence, I'm going to tell you how they act. Right in them areas, Detroit, Chicago, and a lot of big cities, I was watching something I never thought I'd see. They were locking up elderly white people who were standing out there marching, and white people of all ages and children. They were locking them up because they were marching for freedom and were leaving the black and all the other minorities standing there. Don't you understand? They don't want you to fight for economic empowerment. Do you know those people? They are just as godless as they want. They took God out. And let me tell you, the more the country goes away from God, the more depraved the actions of the people are. You've noticed that? God took one blood and made all nations of man to dwell upon the earth. That's scripture. But now you can't even discuss sin anymore. Do you understand how sick and depraved people are? Do you understand who's the cause of all this? We can't play into our hand. You have to pray, ask the Lord for guidance, and elect. Do your research and elect the officials that will go with the agenda for the people. Let me tell you something. We need economic empowerment right now. They want us to think it's a black thing, it's a white or Spanish or an Asian thing. No, it's not. It's an American thing. That's what it is. It's a God type of thing. We need God in our lives like never before because our leaders don't care. It should be obvious. You know, like I said before, they work the equivalent, congressmen, they work the equivalent of 2 days or 2.5 days out the week, and they make $200,000 a year. Miscreants and buffoons. Let me tell you how hateful they are. And then in the media, they portray this race hatred, which God hates, because He created all flesh. And look like the more civilized man is, the more, and godless he becomes, the more depraved he is. Do you understand that? We're supposed to be the moral leaders of the world, and look what we're doing. Look like we're fools before the whole world, and they're talking about us all over the world. It's a disgrace. A hateful bunch of miscreants. Let me tell you what one side attacked the other. It's the media. Look at a white man who kills a black man in those stand your ground states are 354 times more likely to go free than if they killed another white man. You see this? Then the other side says, wow, well, black on black crime, which is, that's true. It's true. Black on black crime and murder is ridiculous. All crimes are. And it just goes from one side to the other. One attack after the other. But let me tell you what it says in what God said in Second Chronicles chapter 7 verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, forgive their sins, and heal their land. That's what God says. We're rapidly approaching a third world country. We may never see the America that we grew up in. Geographically, we're the same place, but politically and economically, we may never see that America again. As long as they can keep us stupefied, ungodly, and at each other's throat. You ever notice? Look at all these. You can't even mention God like you used to. You notice that? So pray, saints. Pray, ask the Lord for direction. Vote these people out of office. And let's unite, because if we don't, a house divided against itself shall not stand. America is under judgment. Pray.